And the Broncos getting ready to go on 1st and 10. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Gonna let this thing go deep for Gates. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Antonio Gates, 89 yards.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point up and through, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
First down, Vic.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Throwing, Vic. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw, Vic. Rolling to his right. And the pressure gets to him again.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And Antonio Gates. A huge play there for Denver. 58 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw, Moon. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. This is Perry. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now we get our first look at a guy who's been around the block a time or two. He will not be rattled today.
And that changes things for a defensive coordinator, because normally when you get the young guys, you get the rookies, you throw all the exotic blitzes at them and looks they haven't seen. But this guy, he's seen it all.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. 68 yards.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, fun to watch. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Vick's throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Vick goes play action.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
3rd and 4.
Vick to throw it.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your completion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Now a first down throw, Moon. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and get...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll run. Tomlinson. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, remember, he had a fumble earlier this first half and got saved, but no such saving here. It's a turnover.
Yeah, and as a coach and as a teammate, you're hoping that he learned from the first one. There was a lesson there, but obviously he doesn't have enough focus in order to lose it a second time. That simply can't happen if you're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Moon. He's got his man, Gates. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. On 1st and 10, Moon. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Moon. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Antonio Gates with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have taken the lead. They're going to try and run. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. On 2nd down, it's Tomlinson.
93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Vick.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now here's Vick. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On 3rd down, Vick.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well, and now 4th down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. A play fake. Now Moon. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Now Perry. Fighting through, and he's got space. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Perry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
This one taken in by Hester. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Perry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll roll him out right. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
On first down, it's Moon.
They'll set up the screen to Perry.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's always another challenge right around the corner. Offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now a give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 5. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. No. Gray, 68 yards. And the Broncos have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. They'll try and run it up the middle. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it, and look. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. The Chicago offense set to get started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Nicely done. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Out of the gun, it's moved. Looking deep for his tight end Gates. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now move. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now move. He'll buy some time right. Over the middle, this one into the hands of Hester. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They run with Perry. Trucks over him. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
86 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on first down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Perry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Taking it in from the 20. And the Broncos are able to widen their advantage. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears now ready to take over again. And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Vick now. Oh, and now Vick throwing another interception. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Vick on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
Boy, 179 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
They go again to Tomlinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Here's Michael Vick.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. It's a play fake. Now Vick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So there you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears on offense as they get ready to go. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Now he's loose again.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Onto the field now come the Bears. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Vic readies to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Vic leaves it for Tomlinson. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7.
Play action now, Vic.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
3rd and short yardage, Vic. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what... Although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Vic will look to throw on first down. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the running game. It's Tomlinson fighting through. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. They'll try and pick it up with Tomlinson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Flushed out right. And that's complete to Gates. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Moon to throw.
That one complete down the field to Gonzalez.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, Moon. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devin Hester, 36 yards. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive. Moon, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. The 14-time Pro Bowler Tony Gonzalez, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On 2nd down, it's Perry. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 43-yard line.
161 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
On 3rd and 2, Moon eluding the pressure right.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Hester open right side.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah. Even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Vick. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
From the gun, here's Moon. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To the left side and caught by Hester. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
On 2nd down, here's Moon. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete.
Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Devin Hester, 94 yards.
And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the... Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Vick.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The throw on 2nd down from Vick, incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. Vick able to get away. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it, and they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Denver's offense now set to go. And now they are in prime position, first and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Broncos will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
So Michael Vick in the offense, down by 11, a little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it first down. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick.
He's got Johnson.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And that'll be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing again, Vick on 2nd and 10.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. Throwing, Vick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Here we go. 1st and goal.
To throw, Vick. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick. And
bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So certainly some importance to this one now after the touchdown that they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Now Michael Vick. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So a crucial two-point conversion there, but that's just part one of this two-part story that they need to happen here.
Yeah, they do need to do a few other things, don't they? They got the two, as you noted. Now they've got to make sure they get the onside kick and hope to get into field goal range and maybe have one last miracle left.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's more than a two-part story. It's a three- or four-part story. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
To throw, Moon. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. To throw on second down, Moon. Flushed out right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Pass complete there to Nakua. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Puka Nakua, 53 yards. And the Colts take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
And it's complete to Antonio Gates. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The This is Perry. Oh, he bowls over him.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try and stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
11 yards there, just like last play.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Play action. It's Moon out to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Moon. Flush to his right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devin Hester, 30 yards.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. On first down, Dobbs to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
There he goes, right side.
Down the right sideline.
And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Kamara will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now Perry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Broncos have taken the lead. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting. Seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Look at the big fella go.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
A play fake. Now Moon. Gates with a grab. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, with the problems they've had giving away the football in this first half, they've got to be over the moon that this is still a tie ball game. So here's where a quarterback has to move the turnovers to the back of his mind and focus on the present. And that's a good throw there to pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Moon. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Devin Hester as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On second down, Dobbs eluding the pressure right. Hits his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. A gutsy call there. Yangs at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction. On first and 10, Dobbs.
And he's got his big tight end here.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now 2nd and 5. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That is caught.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dalton Schultz, 35 yards.
And the Colts are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And, partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. They keep it on the ground again. It's Perry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Perry. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Moon. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football. Just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Moon. They'll set up the screen to Perry. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
They'll try and run for it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Dobbs finding Schultz, and they'll get him down.
Nice, well coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Dobbs, he'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
Now Dobbs. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Dobbs now on 2nd down. He finds his man complete. That's Peterson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's first and goal.
On play action, it's Dobbs. Steps away to his left.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up first and 10 here.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle.
This ball intercepted. Pushes him over. And the Colts are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
Hey, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are?
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields sliding out of the pocket. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice.
And now the rookie's free. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Moon. That'll be caught by Hester. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They run with Perry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 41, here's second and a couple.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run on first down. Perry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Moon to throw. Flushed out right.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field. Inside the 5-yard line.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Robinson, touchdown, Pittsburgh. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Jason Elam on for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Following the touchdown, here's Elam to kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Now a first down throw, Moon. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. On 1st and 10, Moon. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, here's Moon. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll look to throw again.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, Moon. And this one is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
From the 50, here's Fields. Now this one finds McConkey.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Elam's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Perry, the return.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers will take...
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving. Keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here's the punter now, Pat McAfee, to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cam Chancellor. He's the run that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Devin Hester. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so wisely just gets rid of it.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. On the catch, it's Andre Johnson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special, because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. It's caught here by Adams. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
No score after one on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Andre Johnson from 6 yards away.
And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick.
He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
On first down, it's Perry, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
To throw, Moon. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Moon. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And he takes this one back in.